Hello, everyone, and welcome to Essentially Sports. I accidentally cut off Sordo there. Sorry. We never established who was going to introduce. Okay, go for it. Go for it.
And welcome to Week 4 of the Elder League. We have a game between Twletch level Intellect and OE Midnight. My name is Sordo, casting alongside XT. XT, now how are you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great, man. I didn't even know who was going to start off in the first place, but here we are, getting into picks and bans. Very excited to be casting this game between these two teams. So far, OE Midnight has been completely dominating the Elder 1 League, while Twletch level Intellects, a very interesting team, but we're going to have to see how these two teams fare up, as right now we are looking at bans towards the support pool against OE Midnight.
Yeah, no, support has been such an influential role, so
Right.
I'm really excited to see them getting banned, especially when Thresh just got buffed in this last patch. God, Thresh is still the king of bot at the end of the day.
Yeah. I think, though, we definitely do have to have our eyes out for the support pool. Definitely Hernandez and Wadid, both very strong players in both their respective teams. One of the picks I do predict that I don't think will be going over, would probably be the Rakan. I think both Wadid and Hernandez do favor that pick very much. I wonder to see who's going to be able to get it, or if it's just going to get banned.
Yeah, no, I feel like these are just all, target bans at this point. But I do like the Vladimir ban. He's still, very influential in the mid lane, very influential in the bot lane. So I'm liking the ban so far.
Yeah, definitely. Zoe looking to get banned.
Yes! Here. Oh, God
Very
bless,
strong
I hate
champion.
that shit. I hate it. I hate it so much. Oh, God, it hurts me.
Well, we won't be seeing that here, as Rakan gonna get first picked up here for the 12th level Intellect, so we might be seeing that Rakan bot lane.
And no, it's still, if not the strongest bot lane in the game, and Rakan with his just amazing engage, and then disengage as well. It's such a strong support. I wonder if they're going to pick up Tom Kench to kind of negate, the ADC getting charmed.
Yeah.
And there it is.
Yeah, there
Wow.
we go. Nice prediction there, Sordo. Wondering if we also see the bot lane pick too. Maybe we see a Xayah denial, but no, Tim gonna be hovering that Kindred.
Yeah, no, Kindred is one of the strongest junglers in the game. You get the 4 marks, you get the increased range. She just does ridiculous amounts of damage, and then the most important thing is the Lamb's Respite.
Yeah,
The fact
there we
that-
go.
Yeah, it makes everyone invulnerable. So I really like the team comp that OE is already starting to pick up. So much protection for the AD carry, whoever they decide to pick, as Xayah's picked up as well.
Yeah, it's
That's strong bot lane.
very strong bot lane we are going to be seeing here coming out from the 12th level Intellects. Although with Kindred, that may just tell you that OE Midnight are looking to have a strong top and mid lane, as they do want to make sure they have the lane advantage, so Kindred is able to make those risky invades for those marks. So we're just going to have to see while Pantheon getting hovered and locked in.
Oh, the Mantheon. I've seen him so much more in solo queue. He still hasn't peaked out in competitive yet that I've seen, but he's such a strong early game jungler, and he just completely smacks up any, damage carry in the jungle. So I really, really do like that Pantheon pick. It gives them a little bit of early game and lets them, survive until Rakan comes on.
Yeah. Also, does help to mention that Pantheon did get some extra attack speed, so it also does definitely help this clear. We also do see OE Midnight block in that Camille for themselves, so that's going to be probably going into top lane, a very strong champion, but hasn't been seeing as much play as I'd like, but Duelist definitely is going to be going for that, as we do see the first ban in the second phase. Karaoke Machine gets denied that Darius, I do believe, but I think it's Teach heading into top side.
Yes, it is. But Camille is interesting that they decided to pick that up so early. I feel like she is more a counter pick to certain champions. So, I like picking her into the Rawr, into Garen if he's ever played in this, which I still think he's really strong. But, Camille, interesting.
Yeah, but we do see the VAR span here. He's very flexible as an ADC, has a pretty safe matchup against Xayah. So no surprise that he's going to get taken away here. Probably be seeing another ADC ban coming out from the 12th level Intellects. But maybe another solo laner coming out for OE Midnight. What are your thoughts, Sordo?
Probably, yeah, another 80 carry ban I'm expecting from Twletch, because they want the Xayah to, be able to survive lane And Varus over there, you know, now they have the Sniper Varus where you're going tier with Comet and Lethality, you know, will just completely just wreck Ichirad if he gets hit by one cube. But there we go. There's another ADC that pokes into Xayah, which she doesn't want.
Yep, that is going to be Ezreal going to get banned out. Very safe pick, but Ashe going to get locked in.
Ooh.
Another pick, like you said, although not as strong as, you know, the Ezreal and the Varus, still can poke out the Xayah. Still can play very safe, and also does have the Enchanted Crystal Arrow to start fights. So a very, I think, a very good pick here for the OE Midnight, as we do see Poppy going to get hovered, locked in, and also Galio.
Yeah, no, they want that front line. Galio, the only issue I foresee right now with the side of Twletch is they don't really have that big of an AP threat. Right. Galio's damage does fall off. He doesn't get as tanky as other champions. So, you know, it's an interesting pick, and I see what they're trying to do. If they engage onto the Xayah, you know, you get the hero's entrance, damage reduction, save the Xayah. But it's kind of interesting. But, is that Zilean mid?
Yeah, Zilean mid to counter.
That's disgusting. That is disgusting.
It's just going to be a lot harder to kill off this OE Midnight team. They do have the Tahm Kench, the Zilean, and the Kitcher to see their teammates. However, we look on the other side. Twletch level Intellects, a very aggressive composition actually with the Galio, Poppy, Pantheon as probably their main engage here. Even the Rakan too to follow up. And it's got to most likely be centered around that Xayah pick in the bot side. You know, hopefully getting that bot lane ahead and still balling from there, having great protection for front line. What do you think, Sorrel?
Yeah, I feel they're on the side of Twletch. They're looking for, you know, that grand Skyfall entrance into heroic entrance, and then Rakan comes in, W, quickness, charms everyone. And then they can get all that out before the Kindred comes out. If they can kill the Kindred before she lands Respites, you're fine. You win the fight. It does not matter. But if Kindred gets that ult off, that's when you're going to start seeing issues for Twletch. That they don't have that much damage to be able to kill Zilean through his ult, then the Kindred, and then Ashe especially with the Tahm Kench, and then Camille can peel back with a Hextech Ultimatum. So, I don't know. It's give and take right now.
I think a lot of this game, though, will be based around the jungle. It's Tim, as we all know, loves to invade, loves to have that aggressive play, as most of the teams do tend to play around him. And this composition definitely does give him the freedom to do what he wants with a little bit of safety, too. While Change playing the Pantheon in the jungle, looking to match the aggression of the Kindred. Gonna be wondering to see if these two can meet up in the jungle, or if they're just gonna do their own separate things, but I expect both these junglers to be extremely aggressive.
I feel like Tim needs to play around his lane.
Right.
If he can let the Zilean push in, let the Camille push in, and then invade, he'll be fine. Because 1v1 versus the Pantheon, he's gonna get smacked. There's no doubt in my mind that Pantheon will just destroy this kid 1v1. If she can get the 2v2 and or the 2v1 preferably, she'll be in a much better spot, and she'll be able to get her marks, which if she can't get her marks by 20 minutes, give or take, she's gonna, you know, fall off and be less useful than what she should be at that game.
Definitely do agree there, Sordo, and before we do head into intermission, the one last thing I'd like to point out, Xayah. Ashe could be taking Flash Cleanse in response of just the amount of CC that OE Midnight have on their team. What are your thoughts?
Oh, geez. I agree with the Cleanse. You know, it does hinder you a little bit in lane pre-6 because, you know, Ashe isn't really going to CC you. Tahm Kench isn't really going to CC you. So you're taking that spell looking for late game. You know, the Zilean 99% slow, the Enchanted Arrow, the hook shot, then Tahm Kench slows. And, you know, if Tahm Kench takes Glacial Augment as well, which, you know, has been popping up a little bit more recently, that cleanse is going to come in clutch.
Definitely. And we are definitely going to have to see how both these teams work around their compositions. Two very different comps here. Going to be very exciting to see what happens. We're going to throw it to a short intermission as we do load into the game. Don't go anywhere. You don't want to miss the first game of the Elder Week 4 season, as we will see if Twletch level Intellects can take away a game from OE Midnight. We'll be right back.
So hold our heads up high and beat the drum to what we love. Risk the follow, we have felt it all come crashing down from far above. Stars are rising, countless worlds colliding, only one will take it all. Can we bring to fall the giants? Can we make the final call? We are the ones to ignite the darkened skies. The champions of the world that we defy. A solo ride of the few who rise up high. And we all fight at the last
And welcome back, everyone, to Essential Esports. My name is XT. I'm joined here with Sordo, and we're going to be giving you guys game number 1 of the week. This Twletch level Intellects are looking to take a game away from OE Midnight on the blue side. Tej on the top lane playing Poppy. Change playing Pantheon jungle. Karaoke Machine on the Galio. Ichirat on the Xayah. And Hernandez on the Rakan.
Yeah, and for the side of OE, we have Duelist on the Camille, Tim on the Kindred, Rico Best Girl on Zillion, Cody on Ashe, and Wandid on the Tom Kench. I'm really excited for this game. I think this is going to be a bloodbath.
Something I do want to point out, though, we were talking Champion Select, is that what did is going to be taking Guardian on the Tom Kench as opposed to the other options, for example, like the Glacial Augment, Hail Blades, or even the Spellbook. Now, what are your thoughts on that?
Into this lane, I think Guardian is probably the most, disadvantageous one, I guess. I don't want to say worthless, because Guardian still is a good rune. But I definitely think Glacial Augment would have been better, because you have the Ashe slow, then you have the Glacial Augment, you also have the 99% slow by Zillion whenever he decides to come down. So I definitely think Glacial Augment would have been his best option. Hail of Blades being second to that, even though the Rakan can, just E out or W out, whatever he decides to do.
Yeah, definitely. Now we do see both teams are off to their laning phases here. Nothing too wonky happening in the early game, as both junglers are going to be starting the red side, so they won't be meeting anytime soon. If you're a Kindred on the Tim, you really don't want to meet that Pantheon in the early game, but we do see a trade happening on bot side, who did taking a lot of damage.
Yeah, no, this Kindred is basically praying that her mark spawns on the bot side, and it does. So she got very lucky. She gets her first mark at 2 minutes. This is exactly what you want to see as a Kindred. Get your marks early and often.
You do not want to meet up with the Pantheon level 2 when he has Electrocute and his stun up.
Yeah, no.
Usually just be instant death.
All he has to do is W, Q, auto, and that cycle continues until you flash or die. It's not a fun time versing Pantheon levels 1 through maybe, 7. It's just a pain to deal with.
We do see here in the mid lane, pretty even so far, the Galio Brazilian matchup. What are you looking forward to in this match? I think both the mid laners have relatively good wave clear.
Yeah, they do. I don't expect to see any kills in this lane, I just expect the Galio to continue to push the Zillion in over and over and over again, force him to use his pots. Oh, hello.
Look at this. That's going to be the flash forward from Change, but look at that. Tim immediately responding to that gank at the right place at the right time. Now he's also looking for Karaoke Machine. He might be going down as a result. The first blood goes wrong, and Tim gets a double kill.
And more importantly, he gets another stack, or another mark at this point. So he's now 3.5 minutes into the game. 2-0, 2 marks, as we see a heroic charge onto the Camille. This Camille might go down, flash forward, and she's gonna live just barely. Oh my goodness.
Tej really wanted to kill on the top side, but not gonna be able to get it just yet. But Poppy, you know her. She's been seeing a lot more play now, as more or less a counterpick to the meta, with more people having mobility, but we do see a ping at the top side. Here comes Tim.
Wait, she's already marked.
Yeah. Gets
the flash away.
Flashes
Tim
forward.
gonna flash? Oh gosh. The W ends up canceling the Kindred's Q. Oh jeez, that's unlucky.
Yeah, great play by Tej there to get out of there. Doesn't have to blow too much besides the flash, so living real life definitely gonna be worth it. He is gonna, however, gotta be forced to use that teleport. So he's gonna be looking to get back at the lane.
the thing that he has to be mindful of is that he is marked right now. So he should be expecting, you know, another gank soon. So if he's gonna push fast and then back up and ward. Because if look at the vision. He has no vision of the Kindred, and I feel like he's just gonna get ganked down.
Definitely has to be careful, but let's look back at the bot side we talked about in Champion Select. It's one of the win conditions actually for the Twletch level Intellects, Xayah Rakan bot lane, and they do have a around 10 CS lead right now. Slowly but surely building, being able to push in Cody and what did in the bot side, so they do have that going for them.
Yeah, no, they need to be winning this early game, because once 6 comes, the Ashe is going to be relatively safe. You know, she just enchanted crystal arrows and is able just to, you know, walk out. But for now, Xayah Rakan do have the advantage, and they want to just keep pushing their lane in over and over and over again and keeping that CS lead most important.
You see, though, that both junglers may be beating the top side very soon as Tim is on his way. He wants that mark onto Teach, and he is going to get slowed down. Challenge Smite is going to be going forward, and Teach still running for his life. Very low, gets taken down by Duelist, but Change has something to say here. He's going to get the return kill onto Duelist, but now running for his life. Doesn't get taken down by Tim. 1-for-1 at the top side, but Rico Beskor actually meets him and takes him down with bombs.
Hey buddy, how you doing? I'm just a random Zillion as Tom Kench gets engaged on and he's gone!
And the bot side, great at Inchiran Hernandez to punish what did in the bot side. Isn't even gonna have a chance to eat A1, as he can't eat himself. Gets taken down. So that's gonna be a kill going over to Twletch level Intellects. But right now, Tim in the jungle, being able to get a marks for himself. Definitely starting this game off fine, as he's one of the primary players for OE Midnight.
Yeah, no, but on that bot side, Londid just did not respect the Xayah Rakan engage. He got engaged on, then stunned as Zillion. Ooh, that's a lot of damage.
Almost
Not
taken
gonna
down
burn the
there.
ult.
Gets taunted, but it's not allowed.
But yeah, no, Londid just did not respect anything on the side of Xayah Rakan. He got double stunned and then ignited, and that was just the end of his life. So now Xayah comes back with boots, BF sword, versus, you know, the refillable BF sword on the side of Ashe.
Yeah, and now
Which I find interesting, actually, that she's going BF sword. I like, it just clicked. Sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah,
Why
no
isn't
worries.
she going Bork?
Yeah, well, I'm very interested to see what she built into. We do know that Antis Reaper no longer has crit, now only has cooldown reduction and mana, so I don't think that's a good option for her to go into. Maybe she wants to get that early, i.e. the cost did get reduced, but you do need crit first. So maybe it's not the BF sword into Zeal. We're just gonna have to wait and see. Wonder what's that's gonna get built into. You are right.
You know, like, if she decides to go BF into, I don't know, like, Bork, as the hookshot comes in, she's just gonna go all in.
Oh, what a dodge coming out
Wow.
from Duelist. Being able to dodge the hammer from Teach. He might be going down quite soon. Gets taken down by the W. Duelist gets a soul kill on the top side, and Teach plays a little bit aggressively, but Change is here. Interrupts the hook shot, able to get a kill back as they are able to tie up to go TLI 1-for-1.
Change is just all over the map. That was kind of a misplay on Tej, not really respecting the Camille's damage, you know. Even though she does have Comet, it still does a lot of damage, and you need to respect it. But excellent Hextech ultimatum to dodge the ult from the Poppy, and then Charge coming up and cleaning up what Tej could not, as Rakan goes in. That's not going to be a kill. I'm surprised he didn't ult.
Yeah. Wanted to get
But
the kill. Doesn't get it.
I'm pretty sure if the Rakan ulted there, they would have been able to kill the Tom Kench. So, not really sure about that one.
However, we do
Either
see
way.
Change in the bot side. Maybe wanting to get a kill for himself. Hernandez may just been looking for an opportunity there, but they are not able to get it. He just goes to
Now-
mid side, gets nothing.
I can say the difference in the team's warding is astronomical, as the Camille is starting to go in again. No.
Nope.
But the difference in warding is astronomical. If you look towards that bot side, look at how much red you see. There's a control ward onto the blue, there's a control ward in the river, you got vision towards the red buff of change. You know where the jungler is. As we see 3 men top,
Yeah, they're looking for
99%
Teach.
slow. Force the flash.
Yeah, third mark is not going to do much there to kill Teach. She's still going to be alive for a little bit, but now look at this. That's going to be the end going in. The double time bomb going to be tagging on the change. Here she gets a 3-man taunt, gets Tim, and might get another one. Chrono Shift on the Duelist, but he's extremely low. But now Rico Deskro out of mana, looks for the stun change, able to get it. Teach knocks him back, gets the kill. That's going to be a 2-for-0 at the top side.
Like we said earlier, if you're able to kill the Kindred really quickly and she's not able to get the Lamb's Respite out, you're going to lose the fight every time. And that's exactly what happens as quickness comes out. And there goes Tom Kench!
Chance Crystal Arrow, though, going to be shot up by Cody, but it's not going to be enough to take him down just yet. Firestorm is going to get launched out by Itchy Rep, but no kills. But in the top side, that's going to be the first turret going down. Goes over to change.
Yeah, so many things happening. Wanded again not respecting the Xayah Rakan and just completely gets deleted yet again. But then topside, like we were saying, they delete the Kindred off of the map, get first tower, kill Duelists as well. This is just going great for Twletch Intellect.
Yeah, definitely. So far, the team is playing relatively solid. They do have a 2k gold lead. Let's see what they can do with this. With their composition, I think they are having... They should be able to go into the mid game quite strong. However, you have to wait and see.
Well, this is what you want for the side of Twelch, though. You want to be ahead. Right now, they're up, 2k gold-ish. You want the Xayah to spike early. You want the Galio to be able to start roaming and clearing waves as he goes for the Rod of Ages. The Pantheon's ahead. He has Moby Boots. He has Warrior. He is just going to be all over the map. I'm surprised he still has yet to Skyfall anywhere.
Right.
Especially, bot lane, where it's, easy kills. So we're going to have to see where his first Skyfall goes.
Now, 12 minutes in the game, Change looking to get some Scuttle Vision control for himself. He is going to be able to complete that Warrior, so that's a lot more damage on his belt. Once again, like you said, Sordo, in Champion Select, he is on a time bomb. He only has a little bit of time left, as after the early game, he does fall off the cliff, basically. It's just a lot harder for him to do anything. Top side.
Hextech Ultimatum comes out, but the Camille's just going to walk out. She doesn't really care. She's just absorbing pressure at this point, as we see the Zillion starting to roam as well.
Yeah,
they're going to try to 3-man top.
Yeah, the return play is here, and the hammer is going to be going out. Does knock back Tim, but as a result, Teach in a lot of trouble. Going to be going down to Tim. Walks forward and basically handing over to him to kill. Change able to get out of there, but Social Intellects do get punished into playing the top side.
Yeah, no, I like that they gave it over to the Kindred. Now, if I was the Poppy, I would have just kept running to make sure either Duelist or Rico Beskro gets the kill.
Right.
Because the two most important people of this team comp are the Kindred and the Ashe. So if they're the ones getting fed, that's where Intellect is going to have issue. So they need to start being careful, because the Poppy is feeding a little bit. So as long as they're able to protect her more than they are right now, especially with the Pantheon, they'll be alright, and they'll be able to spike well into it.
Yeah, we do see right now the bot side Storm Rage is going to get completed for Itchy Rat. 2-0 right now. Has to be really good about his score. His laning phase is also going very well. It does seem that Cody may actually be going for that Essence Reaver, as he is going to build the double longsword.
It could also be Stormrazor.
That's true.
That Stormrazor does have the exact same build, but if he built a Caulfield's Warhammer, he's going for Essence Reaver, which I think is a complete misplay on his part.
Oh, yep, there's a Stormrazor, you're right.
Okay, good. It's not the worst item that he could have built. Essence Reaver definitely would have been the worst, as Kindred's going to run into the Pantheon, but the Pantheon is...
The Pantheon... I feel like the Pantheon just ran into the Kindred. I think it was the other way around.
I don't know. They don't... Again, they don't have vision anywhere.
Right.
Like, Enchanted Crystal Arrow coming out, Xayah flashes to avoid it. She still had feathers.
Yeah, but now we're going to be seeing a fight here. That's going to be Galio also be going in, and Chrono Shift onto Tahm Kench right now, but Tim is the target, uses the ultimate. It is going to be alive for a little bit longer, but it's a 5v4 right now. A great 3-man stun for Rico Beskro, and this is not going well for the Twletch level Intellects. 45 not working on their favor, as now they're all forced to run back and OE Midnight take the fight.
That fight looked great for Twletch. They got the Kindred, they almost got Tahm Kench, but then, but then...
They're going in again! It's gonna be 2 kills so far. Starting to interrupt as Galio is able to pick up that. Yeah, we did on his way, running as much as he can. Change. Looking for it, gets a double kill. And that's 3 kills going back.
The classic overstay. As I was saying, it looked great. They got the Kindred low, they got the Tahm Kench. As they continue to dive, the Camille is getting low. She flashes out, gets the kill onto the Pantheon, but she goes down to... Ooh! He goes down as well.
Yeah, that was a... I don't think that was exactly working. That was actually a 2-for-1 there. It's Duelist. He dies, but as a result, 2 other people on the team for Twletch Intellects are going to be going down too. So, very creative play coming out from them.
They also end up with... do they?
Oh, yeah, they do.
Yeah, there they go. Yeah, camera being odd doesn't show the health of the tower.
Yeah.
But, this is again the overstay, but Kindred's just going to queue away. They're going to slow this Galio up. Is he going to go down? He does go down to the Kindred. Rakan tries to engage, but everyone's just going to walk away.
Yeah, definitely a weird play for the most part. I feel like, once again, TLI, there's like, you overstayed last time, we're going to overstay one more time, as I don't think Karaoke Machine had to go in there. Stays a little bit too long. It is now seeing the gray screen. But that is 2 turrets going over for the Total and Total Intellect, so they still do have a lead.
The thing that I find interesting right now, I'm looking at builds, and I see Tim. He's going for Black Cleaver. I don't like that build personally. I think going Stormrazor first on a Kindred that's ahead is a lot better, as we see the engage onto the Pantheon. He's just going to go down.
Yeah, just caught out there all by himself. None of his team was there to help him out, and this is going to be a dragon.
Yeah, no, this Pantheon is falling more and more behind as we speak, as this game continues. This Kindred is just so strong right now. How many marks does she have? She has 6 marks. She already gets the range, and now she's just working on that damage. So, as we see a pause come out.
Pause is going to be going out. Pretty sure there's going to be an issue to be handled. Not sure what the issue is, sorry.
Oh, apparently the jungler is lagging a little bit, which, tends to happen sometimes.
Yeah, definitely. Hate
it's
when lag happens in my games. I wish I could pause in my solo queue games, but I can't do that.
Yeah, right? My computer decides to blue screen. It's like, no, pause it! Pause the game, please! But, I'm looking at the gold lead, and OE is starting to close it little by little. Now they're only down 1,000, even though they're down 2 towers. They're up in kills, up in dragons. That Kindred is really strong. They're starting to crush the early game and mid game that Twletch was supposed to have, which is really disappointing, actually, for the side of Twletch.
And now I'm very interested to see how fast OE Midnight can catch up, because they have managed to shrink the 3k gold lead into a 1k gold lead at this point. They just got the first dragon of the game, the Mountain Drake. The second one is going to be spawning, is going to be that Ocean. And so far, I'm not really too sure about the interaction on Ashe, as you do know that she's unable to crit unless they're slowed by her frost shots. So I'm not sure if she gets that first crit from the Stormrazor.
She still does.
She still does?
Yeah, it still crits. Luckily enough for Ashe. But I definitely think it is costing her the fact that she went Stormrazor instead of the Bork.
Right.
because she would be able to do more damage to Galio. She would be able to do more damage to Poppy. And look at the Poppy. She's just building full armor. So that Bork damage would be so influential. She could have gone into the Hurricane, then LDR, and then IE, which would have been a much better path, as going this path kind of delays your itemization a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. And I honestly much rather prefer to Blade or Rune King build. Get that attack speed, get the lifesteal. You also, you know, get extra damage because you're passive. Do get those guaranteed crits, although they are much weaker than the first hit from Storm Razor. It is still constant damage you're able to put out. And against a very aggressive team like that, it does give you the ability to kite very well too. So, yeah, just very interesting build path. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, no. But I'm looking at the standings and looking at the schedule, and we're about, you know, halfway through the league, right?
Right.
And if we look at the standings, we have OE Midnight is still 6-0 coming into this game, whereas Twletch is sitting in 4th at 4-2. How big would a win against OE be for Twletch here?
I think it would definitely put them in the upper echelons of, like, I don't even know what I just said there.
Upper echelons.
Echelons. Yeah, but I think this win against OE Midnight, if possible, would definitely put them as a contender for a playoff team. As, you know, they've been on an uprising after their abysmal 0-2 for their first week. But now it looks like they're showing up. They're playing a lot more confidently than before. They're starting to get synergy. Getting a win over OE Midnight just puts you on the map as a potential second place contender, or maybe an upset for the first place.
Yeah, no, that as we stand right now, you have OE in first, Team World Class in second, and then the Finest and Twletch are tied for third at 4-2. So there's only 2 games separating OE and Twletch. So the season's, you know, we're about halfway. I think this is actually the halfway point. There's not, or next week is halfway, right? So if they can get a win here, it'll be very, very, very influential into the standings. But they have to start pressing that early mid-game advantage that they have. If not, they're going to lose this game.
Oh yeah, definitely. Now we do see Linskin Karaoke Machine constantly going for those aggressive trades, wants to get those taunts. Look at that damage, actually. Just from Aurora and his sword creeps, Scalio's gonna hurt.
No. Galio's damage as we continue into the game is going to be less and less, but for now, it is, you know, pretty influential.
Yeah, and now it's just, we're at a waiting game at this point. Neither team wants to get the Rift Herald, but I think the goal right now on Twletch level Intellect's mind is definitely this mid tower. Very low HP, like 3 hits away, I guess. The ADC is like, okay, now it's like 3 hits away.
After 3 hits away, it's still 3 hits away.
It's still 3 hits away. No matter how many 3 hits you do, it's always 3 hits away.
Now, on the side of OE, they do have pretty decent wave clear. I do like it, as the Enchanted Crystal Arrow does come out.
And the Time Bomb actually tags T, so he gets stunned up for a little bit. Tim with the flank doing a lot of damage on to the backline there, but Teach is going to be going down. Tim right now all by himself. The taunt does go in, but immediately responds is going to be the Chrome Shift and the ultimate from the Kindred. And now look at this. Twletch level Intellects, they aren't able to get Tim just yet, but they finally do. But they are still losing in the number game. Change going to be the only one left, as all the rest of the members for TLI are going to be going down, and OE Midnight take the fight.
Again, if you can't kill the Kindred in one shot, you're going to lose every fight, as the man drop is coming.
Alright, Ambition's playing. Does save the tower. But none of it is coming,
interesting.
so. Yeah, that was very interesting.
And emphasis on the first 3 letters of that word.
Yeah.
But, yeah, they can't kill the Kindred fast enough. Oh, that's so. I'm just not going to talk about that.
Man.
So,
yeah.
So, anyways, you do have the Chrono Shift onto the Kindred, saves her life for a little bit. Then she's able to Lamb's Respite, and you waste the heroic entrance, and you waste Rakan. So, at the end of the day, the Kindred is just allowed to free hit, and so is the Ashe. You can't kill the Camille. You can never kill Ian the Zillion, and that's just the end of that.
Yeah. And especially against, this first place team, you can't make mistakes like that if you want to be able to take this game. Now, the gold basically even going over to OE Midnight, they do have a small gold advantage as they're only 300. So we might be seeing a fight here. They go into what did as he is right next to the wall, almost taken down, is able to flash away. He's going to be generally safe there. As the rest of 12 level Intellects, it looks like they're still going to group as 5 as we do see in the bot side. Duelist is going to just split push. Taunt going to land to Cody, almost gets taken down. Very low
that's
action.
Very ambitious.
Yeah. Arrow actually does go through, but doesn't get anyone. Tim actually goes down, gets absolutely blasted, and look at that! 12 level Intellect are able to take down the Kindred. May look to get this turret, but they don't have a way if they have to back off.
Yeah, no, if I'm Twletch, I start getting vision around that Baron. But that was an excellent pick. Ooh, as the Camille just goes in 1v5.
Double time bomb and also dodges the hammer, and Duelist able to pick up the kill onto Terry with the machine. But look at that two-man root coming out from Ichigraph, but they aren't going to be able to get any kills. So now it's just been reduced to a 1-for-1 trade.
Now, take a look at that gold lead right.
Yeah.
OE is down 1 tower, but they're still up almost 1,000 gold. This is saying how much freestanding gold is out there for OE to take. If they start to get that top outer tower and start to push in more and more, they're just going to completely take over this game.
Yeah.
Like, there's just so much gold for them to take it.
Also very good to see that Duelist is able to split push there, get that freestanding gold right now. Tej on the Poppy. I don't think it's going to do that well into the Camille there, but no teleport being up for Tej does mean that this Baron can be started, and Tej is nowhere near in sight. It's going to be a 45 most likely.
This is what we were talking about earlier. The vision game for Tej is just non-existent. They're just now figuring out that OE is on the Baron. It's at 4,000 HP, 3,000, and I think it's just going to go down.
Yeah, basically a free Baron going over to OE Midnight, and the rest of the 12th level Intellects, they can't do anything. As Poppy was just not there the whole time, they can't fight a 4v5 or they lose, so now they're up against this Baron buff team from OE Midnight. Let's see what they can do.
Yeah, no. Vision is everything when you're playing competitive League of Legends. And right now, Twletch, their vision game is just lacking, and that's going to cost them the Baron, and it's cost them the entire game. Rotations have not been their forte, and they've been getting rotated on. The Zillion gets the kill onto the Pantheon early. They mess up everything bot lane because they just don't have the vision to say who's coming, and it's just not a good time for Twletch.
Yeah, now we do see 24 minutes in. Once again, I think we're going to be seeing the 4-1 coming out from OE Midnight. They are looking to split push here. Force a fight as a 4-man. They do have a relatively strong 4-man. They can definitely get away with it. But they do have to be careful as Pantheon and Galio, they do a lot of burst damage, so you have to watch out for that.
Something that I've noticed, the Kindred is at 3 items at 24 minutes. She is an absolute monster right now. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and you see right now, Total Intellects are going to be under siege for a while. Hernandez still may look for an opportunity to go in, but we do see the bot side. Duelist is able to get a turret, and now look at that. Oh, immediately from what did, he gets to save Tim's life for a little bit longer. The fight is going to start out here. That's going to be a Featherstorm, going to be able to grab onto 2 people. The Kindred ult is going to be going down. Ichigraph trying to do as much damage as he can. Can't get OE Midnight with the fight. Triple kill coming out for Cody. What an annihilation.
Yeah, no, Cody's just allowed to free hit, and that's going to be the issue for Twletch. They can't kill both threats, because they have the Chrono Shift, they have the Lamb's Respite, and it's just not a good time for Twletch. They don't do enough damage, and that's going to be just a catch out onto the Poppy as well. That's going to be an ace for the side of OE Midnight.
That could even be game. They have a big mini wave from the end here, but the dev timers are pretty low. I think they're only going to be able to get this. They're only going to be able to get this inhibitor. Sorry, I jumped the gun there. I thought they could do it, but lucky me, it's only 25 minutes still in the game. They are able to get an inhibitor off of that. A lot of gold onto their plates, now having a 7k gold, 5k gold, 7k gold, 7k gold. And a
Seven.
Yeah, I know how to math.
Yeah, no.
I hope.
This Baron power play is immense. 7,000 gold built off of this Baron now. That is just, whew. That's a lot.
Yeah. So, we do see on our screen right now, that's going to be I think that's the Mastery 7 icon for Tom Kench.
No, 6.
6, yeah. You don't get to see those in professional play, but in Ascension Esports, everyone gets to show off their mastery on their champion. Really impressive.
Now, something that I want to take a look at.
Yeah.
Look at the gold for Kindred. She's had 12,000 gold the entire game. She's sitting on almost 2,000 gold right now. She's going to be a monster. Like, she already is a monster, but even more so now, the fact that, oh god, it's just gross right now. The Ashe is able just to free hit 7, 1, and 6. Sitting on about 1,000 gold, gets to back. Everyone gets to back now, and whew, this is not going to be a good time for Twletch.
Yeah, Twletch, it's like, do you have to, like, just get a miracle pick at this point, I feel like. But Pantheon just gonna have so much trouble trying to find just that pick, as, you know, OE Midnight, they've just been all together for every single point of the game, and you also have to deal with Tom Kench, the Kindred invulnerability, and the Asher, and the Chrono Shift. There's so many ways to save a life on the side of OE Midnight.
Yeah, no, and that's what they drafted for. They drafted the Zillion and Tom Kench to protect Tim and Cody. That's just, it is what it is. You can't kill the Ashe because of the Tom Kench Devour. You can't kill the Kindred because of Lamb's Respite and because of Chrono Shift. So, if you don't do damage, you're not going to be able to do anything to them. Unless you can burst them out instantly. But you don't have a LeBlanc, you don't have any kind of assassin, so it's a yikes right now.
Yeah, that's big yikes. I will agree, Sordo. And now, 27 minutes in. OE Midnight right now taking it easy, continuing to place vision all around the map. Just taking it slow and steady.
And that's really all they have to do. Now it's just a matter of let the Camille push bot. She does have teleport. And OE just needs to push top. And that's exactly what they're going to do.
Yeah, here they go. They get the wave clear to fill in. Time Bomb's going to do a lot. And look at that. They're still staying as a 4-man unit. No way for change to get that pick safely. Like, man, what do you do? What do you do?
You hope and pray that someone gets caught out. That right now, this game looks just about over for the side of Twletch.
Oh,
as Enchanted Crystal Arrow. Field goal. As the Eagles game is on, and I want to be watching it, but, you know, she field goals it. She just right down the middle as the man drop is coming out.
Right down the middle, you are right. As they get the pick on the Rico Best Girl, like you said, Sordo, they need that pick to win the fight. And now the spit is going to be able to get him safe in time. Tim's running for his life, but so is Wadid, as he's going to get caught up, rooted up, taken down by 12 level Intellects. They bite back, and they still want to stay in this game.
Yeah, no, they want to win this game. They really do want to win this game. But they need the miracle picks. Take words from TF Blade. Wait for them to tilt. Wait for them to make a mistake, and that's where you're going to win. That's exactly what happened. Maybe they might not be tilted, but they do get caught out and make a mistake. And that's just easy gold for the side of Twletch.
Yeah, now we're looking at just the gold lead getting shrink a little bit now. It's going to be down to 5k. Right? Yeah, 5k.
5k.
Yeah.
Math is hard.
Ooh, math! Woo!
Math is not a fun time.
Oh, man.
As a biochem major, I can tell you, it's not a fun time.
No, it's not. No. That's why I'm a business major.
Whew, you lucky boy.
Heck yeah,
But-
yeah.
Getting
But-
back to the game, I'm questioning the Pantheon right now.
Yeah.
He's going Maw into that team when both of the ADC characters are fed.
Yeah. Personally, I would have loved to see the Dead Man's Plate. Give you that extra movement speed, gives you that slow, and also gives you the armor too. Fun item to play on the Pantheon. He wants to be as fast as possible so that he can just catch up to the squishy, but I don't really see the need because Zillion's not correct right now.
Something that I would have liked a lot more than either of those two items is GA.
Oh yeah, that's it.
You're still a Pantheon, you still do damage. If you can
Right.
get in there and disrupt the entire backline as your team melts the Camille and Tom Kench, then, you know, you've done your job. Even if you know int into the back line, that's fine as long as your damage dealers can put out the damage. Then it doesn't really matter.
Look at that. The Baron buff is going to spawn here. Everyone from OE Midnight now going to be here. They try to take it, but now they have to run away. Change tries to man drop, gets stunned up. Teach also going to get slowed down. Gets kited down to Arrow on 2. Change, he's going to get stunned up for a little bit longer as Itchy Rat tries to fight from the side, but is split from his team, and the rest of OE Midnight can look to clean this up as now Change tries to counterattack, but no, is not going to be enough as Cody gets another kill for himself. Looks to get a 1-for-1. Trey gets taken down, but now look at this. Cody's still relatively safe, trying to take down Karaoke Machine, gets eaten up, stunned up, and now is going to see the last of his days as OE Midnight take the fight, and now looking to end game.
Yeah, no, and that was beautifully done by the side of OE Midnight. Even though the Hextech Ultimatum did push everyone away, it did create enough space for the Kindred to start free hitting, and the Ashe just got to do whatever she wanted the entire game. Like, she's at 3 items, she does do a lot of damage, she got to the standard 80 carry, you know, peak moment. So, there was nothing Twletch could do, and OE is just going to pick up this win. GG, boys.
GG to OE Midnight. Their win streak continues. They're now 7-0 in week number 4 for the Ascension Esports Outer League, as unfortunately that does mean the 12th level Intellects are going to fall to 4-3 as they were unable to take the upset.
To be honest with you, being 4-3 in the league right now is not the worst. You're still a middle of the pack team. You can still fight your way up to 3rd place, 4th place, and you're not in territory where you're going to be out of playoffs yet. So as long as they're able to, you know, regroup and think about what they did in this last game, I'd especially look at how top jungle played. They'll be all right for next week, at least in my mind.
Well, either way, right now we are going to be heading into our second match of the day. As me and Sordo will be taking a quick break, but when we return, we're going to be getting into a Brynhildre, Brynhildre, right? Is that what we agree on?
I
Brynhildre?
think so.
Yeah, Brynhildre Esports. Oh my god. Brynhildre Esports taking on Rawr XT to see who's going to be moving up in the standings. We're going to see what happens from there. We'll be right back, folks. Don't go anywhere. See you in a bit.
See you then.
Yeah, see you then. See you then. Hello everyone and welcome back to Essential Esports. My name is XT. I'm joined here with Sordo, and right now we're going to be casting Brynhildre Esports versus Rawr XT for game number 2 of week number 4, and it's going to be a very exciting game on our hands, folks, as right now both teams are using Pro Draft to draft out their compositions.
Yeah, no. Pro Draft is interesting for casters because we get to see everything. It just speeds everything up. I like the band so far. There's one in particular that I really like. You know which one it is. That cursed just needs to be nerfed into the ground. Why is she in my games?
Yeah, sorry.
So,
I was
you're all good.
For a second. We do
You're all
see
good.
though, Nocturne Braum gonna be locked in for Rawr XT, while Trundle and Jin so far for Brynhildre Esports at the moment, and also gonna be locked in too.
I like the bot lane right now. Jin Alistar is a really strong bot lane. The Alistar goes in, headbutt pulverize, Jin deadly flourish, auto, dead. But the Jin is a counter, or the Braum is a counter pick nonetheless. The Braum does put up his hello. I'm just gonna stop talking. What? Sona? What?
Yeah, Sona getting locked in, I guess, for Rawr XT. I think it may have been a misclick. Sona is Ori.
Okay. Then that's a better pick than Sona, because she would have gone mid, and that would have been very interesting. But as I was saying, you know, the Braum shield, the Unbreakable, does block the Jin shots, does protect the AD carry, and now Rawr has a really powerful composition. Ori Ball, the Nocturne goes in, gets, you know, a 3-man shockwave, and then with the Paranoia Darkness as well, is just a monster wombo combo. So I'm really liking what they're doing so far.
Yep, and now we do see in the bans here, Aurelion Syndrome going to be banned away from Rawr XT, while Brynhildre Esports are going to ban away the Xayah. And they're going to be looking at their last ban here. Very interesting to ban the Xayah over the Rakan, but nonetheless, Rawr XT don't have an ADC pick yet, so they're just going to ban... Oh, actually, no, I already see the Rakan ban. They're just banning away the Xayah Rakan duel. Interesting.
Yeah. I feel like Xayah by herself is not that good,
Right.
to be honest with you. But Rakan can go well with almost any other ADC. So I'm kind of confused about the Xayah ban, as we see Ezreal picked up. Because Jin does decent, and I say decent very lightly, into Xayah. So the bans are interesting, but we're going to have to see, you know, where BHE's mind is.
Now, Ezreal going to get locked in for XT. That's quite safe for them. BHE, though, may be looking to pick their solo laners, probably their mid laner first. Yeah, they do lock into Vel'Koz, and Vel'Koz into the Orianna should be very interesting, but I think Vel'Koz is able to push her in quite well.
Vel'Koz, to me, is a very... I don't know what the word is, but I don't like the pick. Unless it's support and, you know, it's an advantageous matchup, fine. I don't like Vel'Koz in this because they have a Braum. Orianna fares decently into the Vel'Koz. So I'm interested to see what he's going to do. But for right now, I'm liking Rawr's comp a lot, as the Swain gets locked in as well.
Swain locked in. Means it's going to be a lot of magic damage to the side of Rawr XT, but they do have the Nocturne and Ezra to do a lot of AoE, and now we're going to be heading into the client champ select.
Oh.
Teams here going to be looking to see if they can top each other in the standings. Brynhildre Esports and Rawr XT, what do you expect?
Well, looking at the standings, right? Rawr is sitting at 5-2, so they're tied for second place, whereas BHE is sitting at 3-3. So I want to give the advantage to Rawr. I think their comp is well-rounded, but there are a lot of things that can happen in a game, and wombo combos aren't always the way to win. So I'm curious to see how BHE will react and how they'll work around the Orianna wombo combo.
Gonna be very interesting to see on how the counterplay for the Orianna combination is there. I feel like, though, Brynhildre Esports picking a lot of lane-oriented champions such as, you know, the Kled, and the Volkaz just looking to push into their opponents and let Trundle just help out the lanes when possible. So that's what I'm feeling. But
something that we didn't talk about is the Trundle pick. So Trundle is someone who loves to face tank. I don't think he's very good into Nocturne, because Nocturne with lethal tempo can just fear the Trundle away and just free auto for a solid, 2 seconds, right? The only person the Trundle can steal stats off of legitimately is the Braum, and all in all, that's not a good person to be stealing stats off. So I don't know about the reality.
Yeah. Now, another thing about the compositions I do want to talk about. Okay, low-key I was hoping for Persona, but it's not happening. In the bot side, Oscar versus Braum. 2 melee tanks just looking to kind of just harass each other. But we do see that I feel like Braum may have the edge there because he can stun the All-Star as he goes in pre-6. Who do you think has the edge based off the sports?
So it has to do more with the AD carry in my mind. I think Jhin Alistar as a combination is better than Ezreal Braum. Braum, the only advantage that he has in this lane with the Ezreal is that they can both poke with Q, and their poke is devastating. Especially when Ezreal gets Tear and Sheen, the Qs start doing 200 damage, and it's just a pain in the ass to deal with. But Jhin Alistar is a lot of engage, and when they CC you, it hurts. The Deadly Flourish with the Headbutt Pulverize, the Headbutt Pulverize goes first, but they lock you in place for almost as long as a Morgana Binding. Probably a little bit more than a Morgana Binding because the Alistar E as well. The side of Ezreal Braum doesn't have that much disengage until you hit level 6, where you get, Braum ult. I'm blanking on the name, which is really sad. I think it's Fissure, something like that.
Glacial Fissure.
Glacial Fissure. There it is. Woo!
Oh,
Thank God, that would have bothered me. But Ezreal Braum doesn't have the disengage until they get Glacial. So I don't really know. I kind of want to give the edge to BHE with the Alistar and the Jhin, but Ezreal Braum is a really safe lane, and to be honest, they just have to wait until the Ezreal scales up, gets Bork, gets Trinity Force, gets his Muramana, and is able just to throw Qs from a range and do massive amounts of.
And now as we are heading into the Spectator delay, we are going to be seeing on who is going to be able to come on top in Elder League 2. Keep in mind that we do have 2 leagues now for Elder League 1 and Elder League 2. They both have their own standings and whatnot, own playoffs. Something new that's happening essentially this season. And I just realized we have a guy named Best Aatrox NA, so maybe that was the reason why Aatrox got banned. I mean, could be anything.
Probably take a guess as to why Aatrox was banned. Yeah.
Probably.
More likely than not. Even though Aatrox is still really strong.
Yeah.
Like, he's still one of the strongest top laners in the game.
Right.
And he can be flexed mid into certain matchups. So, I don't disagree with the ban, nevertheless.
Me neither. No, Aatrox still very strong. Really interesting point to note, though. Zac gonna be taking the Ignite on Kled.
So, with Ignite, right, it's dependent on a lot of things. You need to be able to kill your laner, or you're going to just lose the entire game off of it. Because as the game goes later and later, teleport becomes more and more valuable. So if the Kled's going for kills, fine. The Ignite's good, especially versus a Swain who heals a lot while he's in Demonic Ascension. But if the Swain's able to teleport bot and the Kled cannot stop him with his charge or with his bear trap on a rope, the side of BHE is going to have problems, especially in that bot lane. Because if they decide to 5-man bot and Kled isn't there, who's a big front line for them and does a lot of damage, BHE is going to have a bad time.
Very excited to see how both these teams do. I'm not looking forward to pronouncing the Jin's name, but we'll have fun with that.
What is that?
Anyways, we are going to be throwing it to intermission real fast. When we come back, don't go anywhere. Game number 2 going to be coming your way. Elder League week number 4. Rawr XD taking on Brynhildre Esports. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back. Oh, everyone, and we are back in Ascension Esports with Rawr XD taking on Brynhildre Esports. Game number 2 of the day. Gonna be very excited to see how both these teams interact here. We have a wonderful game on our hands. On the blue side, we do have Brynhildre Esports, Zac playing the Kled, Swamp on.
Pause!
Anthena playing the Vel'Koz, Skajaf playing the Jhin, and Waffle is going to be on the All-Star.
Yeah, and on the side of Rawr XD, we have Best Aatrox NA on the Swain, GLC on Nocturne, Dark on Orianna, Zac on Ezreal, and that cool taco guy on Braum.
And we do see we have a pretty straightforward start here. Rawr XD and Brynhildre Esports doing a 5-point defense, although Zac is on fire, reconnected late, so he's going to be just a tad late defending his side of there he goes with the home guard boots. Yeah, he's on it.
It's all good, and he has my favorite emote of all time, so I'm happy.
Oh, the kitten.
Man, the kitten going like, I love that emote. It's the one that I used to be on that, so it's fine. It's okay. It's why I'm toxic. I'm okay with that. I live.
Oh my god, dude. Anyways, right now we are looking. Pretty standard start for both junglers. Just gonna go towards the bot side. Just get a little bit of a leash from there.
Something interesting to note is the summoner spells of mid. Vel'Koz opted into heal as Orianna into barrier. I like the Orianna summoner spell. I'm on the fence about the Vel'Koz. Not gonna lie to you.
I can feel it, you know. I'm not really feeling the Vel'Koz, and the reason is just like I don't think he's picked that often, but always good to see a new champion on Summoner Rift. The defensive spell is also coming out. We all do remember the time where both mid laners would take Flash Ghost. That was a dark time.
Yeah, or no, the best one was Flash Smite.
Oh yeah, Flash.
Runic Echo.
Give me Gat Runeglaive, Ezreal.
Oh jeez, he just one-shot everyone. It was hilarious.
Either way, we do see in the top side Zac hitting level 2, trying to get an advantage in the bot side, but look at that.
Oh, Ezreal.
Jeff, maybe in time for trouble. Gets stunned up. Tagged with the Dusk Sun. Gets tagged up. Very low, forced to get backed off. And this bot lane right now for Rawr XD off to a great start.
Yeah, again, like we were saying, the advantage of Ezreal Braum is that you poke a lot. And especially into the Alistar, who is completely melee, whereas Braum, he still does have his Winter's Bite. So, it is difficult, as we see the Jhin... Oh god. Oh god, this Jhin is going to have a terrible laning phase.
Oh yeah.
He was forced to back level 2, which I usually never recommend, ever. Because it just completely messes him up for the rest of the lane. But, you know, he did it. He's gonna have to live with his consequences, I guess.
Hey, you know, there was a small time where the bot laners would take that teleport to make up for that. Fortunately, they don't have that luxury anymore. Teleport did get nerfed a little bit. As a result, this Jhin not gonna have that fun of a time. But look at that, Zac is firing the Cool Talker guy. Also gotta be going back, so that does give him a little bit of breathing room. As opposed to getting harassed.
See, but it's more advantage for Zac to back immediately now that he does have tier. So unlike the side of... Ooh, hello. That's a flash.
Yeah. Just Aatrox NA. Not wanting to do anything with that Swampy Zac. 2v1. Gotta get on out of there. Let's go back to the turn.
Yeah, I don't know if he had to flash there, but, you know, better safe than sorry, I guess. Now, something interesting to note, he doesn't have stopwatch. Which I question a lot, because, as we see, Trundle just pillaring off the Nocturne.
A little bit too aggressive in the jungle. Maybe.
I don't know about that flash.
He going down, but no Pillar Vice to slow him down. And
that was interesting.
Flash, yeah. Very interesting.
But like I was saying, Swain doesn't have stopwatch. So, okay, Headbutt Pulverize into Deadly Flourish. But
Zac is on fire, almost going down here.
But anyways,
yeah.
Again, he doesn't have stopwatch.
Right.
Which to me is a red flag, because Swain builds the Zhonya's anyways. So you're reducing the cost by, I think it's 450 or 600 gold. So I don't know why you wouldn't buy it, or you wouldn't get the rune, as well as the fact that your first Demonic Ascension, you can use it into 1v2. Zhonya's in the middle of it. Once you get to half HP, get back up to full HP while you're in Zhonya's, and then just blow them up once you get back out. So I think that's a bit of a miscalculation by the side of Best Aatrox NA. Maybe he was thinking, oh, I'm playing Aatrox, but not.
Cool top guy, though, gonna get slowed up. Tries to back off there, but maybe going down. Nope. Is able to hop on away from that. Gank coming out from Squab. No Summers being blown. That has to be really good for the bottom of the Rise.
Yeah, right. You know, as long as they're not burning anything, they're fine. As Headbutt Pulverize comes out again, but he does have enough to Arcane Shift.
Yeah. And,
So, As long as the Ezreal can continue to farm, and he can get his Sheen, and eventually Trinity Force before the Jhin hits that 2-item power spike that's really hard to deal with, Stormrazor and RFC, he'll be alright. Because, tier Ezreal with Sheen is just a pain to deal with it. Qs do 250 damage, and it's not a fun time.
Now we are going to be seeing 7 minutes in the game, no first blood just yet. We've seen a lot of close moments, but Zac maybe in a little bit of trouble. Does have the flash if needed, but does get feared. JLC not doing too much damage to the Kled. Honestly, maybe he could have turned it around. JLC almost at half HP there, so a little bit of a scary moment happening at the top side.
I feel like if Trundle was closer, he could have just charged in, killed JLC, but it would have been closer than it should have been. So,
right.
I don't know. I think it's on the fact that the Trundle is bot lane instead of mid top side. So, it's a yikes.
We do see Squamp going for the blue buff, knowing that JLC is not there to contest. Let's sign on the map. Should see that his blue buff has been stolen, but no pings out, so maybe he doesn't know just yet. Now, 7 minutes in, JLC almost going to be level 6 soon, so we may see a Paranoia gank, hopefully soon. First blood still on the board. First tower still on the board. Relatively slow game on our hands here.
Something that is worth noting, a lot is riding on the first Paranoia game with the Nut. If he's not able to pick up a kill, he is going to be pretty far behind, to say the least. So we're going to have to see what he decides to do. That's still not level 6, and we're just waiting for it. He's still behind of the Trundle.
Oh, the flash for Darkwind's
barrier as well.
Yeah. Athena looking for the solo kill in the mid lane, is not able to get it. So another time where someone is just cutting very close to death.
And, I mean, that is the issue with Vel'Koz. If he's able to hit his E, go into his ult, and just full combo you, you're going to die. There's nothing really that you can do unless you have Flash and Barrier, which now he does not have. So, right now, mid lane is looking like a prime place to gank if I'm that Trundle.
You see JLC in the bot side looking for the first blood, gets it! First blood going onto him, gets the kill on the Waffle. It's not level 6 yet. Great lane gank by him. Fortunately, Halo not able to do much with the cold start.
That chain CC that came out from the Braum was beautiful. You saw the Winter's Bite into the stun, and then you see the Glacial Fissure, and the Alistar just couldn't flash. The Jhin couldn't heal. He had to flash out of the way. And overall, it was just not a good time for that Alistar.
Yeah, we also do see that thanks to that first blood, that's going to allow JLC to complete that warrior, so that's going to add a little bit more damage to him. Not to mention the CDR gained there. Ezreal now has the Muramana, or sorry, the Manamune. I get the two mixed up there.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, overall Rawr are off to a head start, but it's going to take a lot more than just one kill to really take over this game.
The thing that I find interesting is that Zac went the Muramana instead of getting the Sheen and more of his Trinity Force done. I don't personally like going to Muramana. I think the Sheen is a big part. But, if he's just aiming to get his tier done, that was close.
Almost going down there. You see on the right hand side of the screen just has a sliver of HP. Almost gets taken down by Athena. Great play by him.
You gotta love direct camera. Woo.
Oh yeah.
Doesn't show you the almost solo kill.
Thanks, Riot.
Oh, that early smite almost cost him.
Yeah, that was really close. Braum uses the Winter's Bite to try to get it, but now Thriller Esports, they do realize that Orianna just went back to reset, so now they're going to be going for the air drake. No teleport on Zac though, so he is sacrificing a lot to do this. Looks for it, gets smite. Swamp though immediately goes down by GOC, and the fight's being started up by Rawr XD. Shockwave's gonna miss, not gonna be able to hit anyone as GOC gets 2 kills for himself. But look at that damage coming out from Athena, but Rawr XD come out on top of that at the cost of air drake.
Imagine if Athena had ult there.
Oh yeah.
That would have been a triple kill right then and there. That was absolutely disgusting.
Yeah,
Athena right now is just doing a lot of damage, to say the least.
And now we do see currently 12 minutes in, 3k gold lead being generated by Rawr XD. They have to feel really good about this start, because they have been able to get a couple of quick kills under their belt, but no objectives being taken just yet besides the air trick. But look at that 2-man knockup being used by Waffles. He wants to get a kill right then and here, but Hilo is going to get slowed by the Glacial Fissure. Now Waffles has to flash out, get stunned up, maybe going down quite soon. Flash forward by Zac is on fire, able to pick that up, but look at that 4-shot on from Jin. Looks, tries to get him, but GOC popping his ultimate, looking to see if he can use the Paranoia, is not going to be in the area just yet. The Cool Guy now going to be forced to flash. Current call is going to be going up. Cool Guy running for his life, trying to protect his ADC, but they're both going to be going down. 2 kills going to be going over to Hillscaff, as that was a pretty intense bot lane fight.
American Sniper Jin hitting all the shots on his ulti. Orianna forced to use barrier in that mid lane fight. Yikes. Direct camera. Love it.
Now
They just
GOC
don't like the mid.
in the bot side trying to defend that turret, but we see in the top side now Zac getting very low, getting chased down by the Swain. Sif Lightning going to be going down, but Waffles is here to try to save his teammate. He gets ignited, and the flash knockdown going to be going down, but no ultimate from Best Aatrox up yet. It is finally going to be going up, gets that extra HP, but look at that Ignite going to be going down. Waffles, if he's not careful, will die, but no, that is going to be a trade there, 1-for-1 up top. Waffles is just going to go walk away from that one.
Now imagine if he would have had stopwatch.
14
Yikes.
minutes. Could have had it. Unfortunately, it's not.
It's an unlucky event. But, you know, the Swain, I was about to say the Aatrox, best Aatrox NA, oof, yikes. The Swain is getting strong. He does have 3 stacks onto the Roa. I think he's now building into Zanya's, which, hello, you should have had stopwatch. Or he's building into Zanya's Hourglass. So, the Swain is going to spike soon. The moment he gets that Zanya's, he is going to be a monster. Another thing to note is that the Nocturne is 3-0. His next Paranoia, I think, is going to make or break this game, at least for the mid game. If he's able to kill the Vel'Koz, the Jhin, they're going to knock down a tower, and that's just going to crack the game wide open. So we're going to have to see how that Paranoia goes out.
Yeah, definitely. You know, you're putting yourself in a very dangerous position by using that summoner's, that ultimate from the Nocturne, and you just don't want to be at the wrong place at the wrong time. That happens.
If I'm Nocturne,
Yeah.
I'm looking mid. Vel'Koz still doesn't have flash. Ori has ult. Ball onto Nocturne, Shockwave. You kill the Vel'Koz 1, 2, 3.
Alright, but now look at this in the bot side. A little bit of a fight gotta be going out here, but just trade back and forths. The supports take some damage, but nothing much gonna come from it. Just a very aggressive bot side so far, but now look at this. Zac is on fire, gonna be very low. Orph Herald is taken by Squamp as also during that. But Glacial Fissure not gonna be able to secure any kills just yet. They do get the stun, but he should be relatively safe.
No, that was an excellent play by the Braum. The Alistar meant to headbutt pulverize the Ezreal, but the Braum stood right in front, you know, with his W, put his Unbreakable up, and the Alistar was oh, that flash. Huh.
Now the heal Scaff just does not want anything to do with this bot side, but he is 2-0. Wants to keep that killing streak here for himself. After an unfortunate start, you know, he's been slowly but surely catching up. Now does have that Storm Razor. Should be a lot more comfortable in this spot lane.
The Jhin right now should be just 100% winning this lane. The Ezreal still does not have Trinity Force, which he should have had by now, but Orianna forced the flash. The Shockwave comes out, the Vel'Koz flashes as well. But that's a paranoia. Can they get vision?
Yeah,
there it is.
Oh, look at that blue trinket being placed down by Dark Winds, able to reveal the Vel'Koz right at that moment. PSC gets that kill. It's now going to be 4-0. This Nocturne looks a bit scary as we do see a bot lane engage happening. Swamp is also here to move, but everyone else is going to be on their way. Swamp uses the Rift Herald, puts him down, but now JOC in the middle of the whole entire fight, but so is best Aatrox and Nay. Waffle's going to be going down as the Jhin is going to be forced to run away there. Oh, has a sliver HP left, gets taken down by the Swain and Rawr right now. 5 kills on the board. They are having such a great start.
Now remember what I said. Teleport, if you don't get kills with Ignite top lane, Teleport is a much more useful summoner spell. And that's what you get to see bot lane. They get a tower, they get 2 kills, and they're now up 5 kills in total. As Kled just goes in. Uses Ignite as well. Huh. Interesting, to say the least.
Yeah, definitely, I will agree. Just very, I'd say Zach, just a very odd summoner's choice. You'd expect him to really win the lane, but best Aatrox and has been able to keep the lead the whole time. And now we are looking at another fight here. Athena, though, gets pulled in. Shock was going to be able to land. Dark Winds able to get the kill off of that. Great job by RXD, able to clean that up.
Yeah, right now, on the side of BHE, they're just getting caught over and over and over. The only person that hasn't been getting caught is the Jhin, who's sitting at 2-1. The Vel'Koz is now dying after, you know, being 0-0 and almost solo killing the Orianna, what, twice, 3 times now? Now he's just getting collapsed on. No vision. You're just gonna die every time.
Yeah, definitely. And now we do see 19 minutes in. RXD, they have gotten a tower for themselves. They're looking to break this mid tower themselves. But I feel like these two teams right now, they're just butting their heads, trying to skirmish back and forth. For RXD, you know, although they're ahead, they're still gonna have to wait to make those proactive plays because they can't just outright start a fight. They have to be smart about it, as you still have to be careful of the damage coming from Brynhildre Esports, especially from Athena. Although he's 0-2, he can still do a lot of massive damage from his whole entire combo.
Yeah, that is true. Braum only stops his Q and his E. The ult just goes through it, so, you know, unless Braum can hit a Winter's Fissure, or Glacial Fissure, Winter. Glacial Fissure onto Vel'Koz, Vel'Koz will eventually be an issue for the side of Rawr XD. So, I'm hoping that Rawr is able to continue to push their advantage, especially with that Orianna Nocturne combo that they've been doing. And if they're able to hit that wombo onto 2-3 people, they're just going to win every fight, because this Orianna is way too fed, and so is this Nocturne.
Right. You see lane swap got to be coming in towards the top side. Both the Jhin and Alistar, they do want to get this for themselves. But everyone else from Rawr XD are going to be here to respond. Have to be careful of the paranoia. He gets caught up, and the Jhin is going to be going down. 3 ultimates used to take him and his life away. And now the rest of Brynhildre Esports have to run. Awfulness does pop the Unbreakable Will, but should be going down quite soon. Lives on a sliver of HP to stop what's going to be used, and now Squamp trying to get a kill for himself, has to flash away. That's going to be 2 for nothing, basically, coming out for Rawr.
This is the power of Rawr's comp. They get picked so easily. Jhin just blows up because of the shockwave paranoia. Waffles stays way too long. He dies as well. Trundle is forced to burn Flash. Overall, this is just not a good time for the side of BHE.
Yeah, definitely. BHE now going to be down 5k gold, now 6k. They haven't really been able to pick up any really real leads just yet. Rawr just keeping their ground here, showing that they are going to be that top team. They want to move up into standings. And this win over Brynhildre Esports definitely going to help them out a lot, as they are neck and neck in the standings, I do believe.
Yeah, no, right now they're sitting in second. That or third. Let me check that. They're sitting at 5-2. That'll put them to 6-2 if they win this game, which will be tied for second place. So for Rawr XD, this is a huge game.
Right.
If they can win this, this sets them up immensely for the rest of the season. So I don't know. Is BHE going to play spoiler, or are they just going to, fall over and die in this game? That's the question right now.
Yeah, it's 22 minutes in. They can still come back. They do have the team potential if they are able to just do a wombo combo of themselves. But they cannot get picked. That's the biggest thing. And it's so easy to get picked if you're on the side of Rawr XD with the paranoia and just one other person near you. Could set you up for a 2v1 unfortunate situation, as it just feels like Brynhildre Esports right now, they aren't really playing together.
Yeah, no. They've just been getting picked over and over and over again. The biggest culprit of that is the Alistar, sitting at 1-5. He's just been getting picked and picked and picked. And, you might be saying, oh, it's the support, it's not that big of a deal. It still is a big deal. He is their engage, he is their disengage, and most of all, he's their front line. So, if your front line is going down before the fight even starts, what are you supposed to do? Especially as a Jhin? Like, what can you do?
Right, and also keep in mind their other engage is going to be Zach, but right now he hasn't really been able to find his footing just yet. He's struggling against the lane against Bestrox, Aatrox, NA. And topside down 20 CS. It's overall not a fun game for him. Everyone, actually, if you look at it, everyone on this team for Brynhildre Esports just extremely squishy and just can be very prone to a shockwave by Dark Winds. They have to be really careful the longer this game goes.
Another thing is, everyone except for the Vel'Koz is down in CS. The Jhin Alistar lane, they were in a farming lane for the most part as Paranoia comes out. That's the shockwave on the 3 people.
Yeah, that's going to be huge for Rawr XD here as they're looking to win this fight. They get 2 kills for themselves, but GLC is going to go down as a result. Now they're looking to see if they can get this kill onto Zach all by himself. Gonna get stunned up, slowed down, loses Scarl, but whoa, where did he come from? Best Aatrox NA seemingly on the other side of the map there. Able to pick up a kill for himself. And yeah, that's gonna be 3 kills coming out for Rawr XD as they're able to get a mid turret.
That's 3 for 1. Aatrox, or not Aatrox, the Nocturne, if he's able to build a GA and just, go in there, just int in, get the shockwave off, get some damage off, he is going to be the most useful player on the side of Rawr XD. So I'm curious to see what he does in build path, because right now he's building a Maw, which, again, I don't know why people do this. Why are you building Maw against 1 AP person who isn't that strong? It irks me, but you do you.
Yeah, definitely. Now we do see 25 minutes in currently. Rawr XD are still up in the lead. They are going to be up 7k gold. I can do math this time. Thank goodness for that. And they're all looking mighty strong. They all have their 4 items down. Trinity Force and the Muramana being built. by. Zac is on fire. Double magic penetration coming out for the Orianna, but look at this. Control being used over the Baron buff right now by Rawr XD. They should be able to clear some vision, but they didn't get the Scuttle Crab.
The thing is, Rawr XD can burn the Baron very quickly. Orianna, Zac, and Zac, the Ezreal, and the Nocturne, they all do massive amounts of damage to the Baron. So, if I'm on the side of BHE, I need to get vision onto the Baron, because you never know when that's going to be snuck in.
Yeah, and now we do see 27th minute in the game. Squamp taking a lot of damage. He finds Zac is on fire. Oh, great! Great job by him. Arcane Shift to dodge the combo from the Nox. But now with this JLC looking to get a kill onto Jhin there, but is going to run right into the Vel'Koz, gets taken down by Athena, and also the current call being used, but now that's going to be going on cooldown. Kled going to be going in. Right now this is a 5v4, but Zac is on fire, still absolutely healthy in the backline too. Really got to watch out for that, and the rest of Rawr XD, I think they can turn this around very well. Zac going to get caught up by it and never move, but Zac is on fire. Now going to be cleaning up the rest of the team. Tale of two Zacs, one of them doing a lot of damage to the other one, tried to go in, can't get anything off of that. And the rest of BHE have to back off.
The issue right now, Zac is on fire, is at 3 items. So he is a monster. He's doing enormous amounts of damage. And he melts the front line of BHE. There is nothing that they can do right now.
Yeah, definitely. And now BHE, you know, they tried to get the fight, they tried to get the pick, but they were unsuccessful to do it. But they did get the kill on the GLC, so that's gonna be quite nice. A little bit of gold under their belts, but still, they are down 7k gold. But now look at this, Waffle's gonna get caught out, stunned up, and Zac is on fire, looking to get the kill there. Yes, he does. Now gonna be 3-1 and 5.
Zac is on fire is just getting free low at this point. They are just giving him kills over and over and over again. The farther we get into this game, the more damage he's just going to do. He is ridiculous at the moment.
Yeah, definitely. And he is going to be skipping the double tier build. Straight goes for that Blade of the Rune King for himself. Wanting to do more damage at the moment as opposed to scaling the late game. And besides, at the rate this is going, Rawr XD should be able to clean this game up pretty soon. They've been very successful in the fight so far. They turned that 4v5 around. Let's see if they can close this one out.
We're gonna have to see if they can. They are up a lot of gold, but they still have to fear the Kled, and they still have to fear the Vel'Koz combo. So, if they're able to delete the Vel'Koz off the map, I feel like they just win the fight outright.
Yeah, and we're gonna hit that 30-minute mark. Baron is up, like you said. Dragon will be up in 1:40. If you are on the side of Rawr XD, you might want to get that third Drake too, but even then, maybe a trade for the Dragon and the Baron could be very beneficial if they get the Baron themselves. We might be seeing another fight coming in very soon. JOC gonna get engaged on because of the paranoia, gonna get feared up, but they can't finish the job just yet. Here comes the Vel'Koz ultimate along with Zac looking for the kill in the backside with the Kled, able to get that for himself while Zac is on fire, poking down the backline. This Kled ultimate is going to be coming through. We're going to be seeing a fight. Demonic Ascension going to be coming out from Best Aatrox, and he's going to be in the whole entire middle of the enemy team for Brynhildre in sports, and now he's going to be able to get the kill onto Squamp, and Waffles will soon to follow. Never move onto the Jhin. Doesn't capitalize on it just yet, as we do see Athena trying to poke him out. He gets the kill onto that, and look at that damage coming out from Jhin, able to get the kill onto Zac is on fire. A very back and forth fight. 2 for 3 right now. Brynhildre Esports coming on top.
Literally what we just talked about. If they can delete the Vel'Koz, they'll win fights. They didn't delete them, they lose the fight. Jhin is still a character in this game, boys. He does massive amounts of damage. He shot the Ezreal for 700 damage with that last shot. And right now, he just hit 3 items. This Jhin is scary. He needs to die.
Yeah, definitely Jhin. Now, in his late game form. Something very scary, like you said. Sordo as the rest of BHE relatively safe. I feel like JLC just went a little bit too early ahead of Rawr Steve. Were unable to get that fight, but look at this. They should be able to get this dragon as it's relatively uncontested. BHE not in position to contest this. They should be able to get this relatively fast, but then the rest of Brynhildre Esports maybe just looking to get this mid tower.
Yeah, but to go off of your point, the issue with JLC is that he went in before the Orianna was able to ult or put the ball onto him. So it's just overall not good timing by him. And on top of the fact that he doesn't have GA, he needs to be more conscientious of going in when he is.
JLC though now gonna be going in, gets knocked back by the All-Star. Saves Athena's life, so JLC almost find the opportunity, unable to get it. Instead, though, Baron positioning is going to favor the rest of Rawr. And like you said earlier, Sordo, they can get this Baron relatively fast. Already a half HP.
We're going to have to see if they know that they're on it, which I don't think they do. They're starting to come now. They're starting to realize it, but this is a little bit too late. Charge coming in.
Yeah, and the fight is going to start. Jhin doing a lot of damage.
To get its combo.
Yeah, life disintegration rate on the one entire middle of this enemy team. But look at that. Demonic Ascension not going to be taking anyone out just yet. Currently, Zac is on fire. Able to get that kill on the other Zac. But if you're RXT, you just got to back out. You don't want to start a fight at that Baron Pass. You're just really low. Like, Theo gets assassinated by Zac is on fire. 2 for 3 so far, but they still have the Baron buff. Great job by RXT.
Yeah, no. Something to notice is that the Orianna ult whiffed. They were trying to get the 3-man ulti as we see the Ezreal just going in, and that's going to kill the Trundle.
What in the world?
That Ezreal is doing fat damage range. Oh my goodness.
Okay, Zac on fire is really on fire as he's just been able to get all these back and forth opportunities. Basically the one-man army all by himself right now in the mid side trying to get the turret. Unable to do so. He's just going to back off, and he hasn't even upgraded his boots yet. The ball's on this man so far. Such impressive play scene for him.
Yeah, no. He's just sitting at 4 items, straight chilling. Like, he has not a care in the world. He's sitting on 3,600 items. That's a full item.
Yep. And what do you reckon he's gonna build? Wait.
He already built Mortal, he already did that. Well, he builds boots finally.
That's gonna be nice.
I don't know what he goes last item.
Yeah. Me neither, I'm very curious. I'm very curious to see. Maybe like more life steal. Maybe like a Bloodthirster or a QSS. But I don't think he does need the QSS. Not a lot of hearts you see on the side of BHE.
I think a Maw would be
dude,
better. He's gonna go double tier.
Might be a little bit late to do so. I don't think he's gonna finish a tier, but nonetheless, I guess he could get the tier. I think straight up, but just buying another item would have been nice. But hey.
I think if he would have went Maw,
yeah,
it might have been better, or even GA. But you know, I do get it. And yeah, no, he gets the not Seraph's Embrace, Archangels. So it's interesting.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see if he can stack it up quickly.
I'm curious too. I think it usually takes around like 7 to 8 minutes to stack it up. But with him having max CDR at this point, maybe even less than that. But we do see in the top side, currently some split push pressure being generated by Rawr XD, while everyone else is looking at this mid tower.
Yeah, no, the name of the game right now is protect the Ezreal. The Orianna, though she's like decently strong, the Ezreal's just stronger. He's almost at 10 CS a minute. He's at like 9.5 CS a minute at this point. He is just monstrous right now. He can just melt the front line of BHE without any issue, I believe.
Yep, and now we do see in the top side, Rawr XD are able to get that turret 36 minutes in. They're sitting on 5 taken. They only have 1 second tier turret left, and then it's just the inhibitor turrets at that point. I think they're just going to be content staying as a group right now. Very hard for BHE to break the siege. Let's see what they can do.
They do have wave clear, though, with the Vel'Koz, with Jhin, but, you know, they are getting poked out by the Ezreal. If Ezreal lands at Q, that's 500 damage right there. It is not fun to deal with this Ezreal anymore.
And also, neither of the side lanes are being pushed in right now. The road throws it in the middle. So, oh, never move on to the Jhin. Almost takes him down. He's such low HP, but now look at this fight is going to start. Demonic Ascension right onto Athena. He's going to be going down. And BHE, they were just out of position there. As now they're just going to get run over slowly but surely. No, BHE are starting to bite back as Jhin was able to heal up. He wasn't taken down the whole time. 2-man shockwave, but only onto the tanks. But this should just be that inhibitor turret we wanted to see as current call can be used. Best HXA, very, very low, but that cool taco guy almost going down.
50 HP and a dream, boys. Can always get out. I don't know. That fight was really well done. Best Aatrox NA flashes forward, hits the never move, ends up stunning as they're trying to kill the... Ooh, okay, the flash comes out. He's just going to get out.
Yeah, that's going to be the boost, the smite being used on the blue there. And Zac is on fire was just a little bit too low to deal with that, so he was forced to just back off. But he is on full items right now, so I don't really think it matters. He didn't get his hands on that blue buff, as right now this game is just, you know, still, I feel like it's still on a nice edge. I still feel like BHE can turn it around. They are able to get a good fight with Jhin being relatively healthy, as he is doing so much on the board right now. But we'll have to see as Elder Dragon has respawned.
It really does depend if the Jhin is able to get his shots off. Now, I don't like the fact that he went and finished the QSS. I don't think that was a good idea. I feel like if he would have went into an LDR or a reminder, he would have been able to cut through any of the armor that Rawr XD had and do a lot more damage. That he is right now the only relevant damage dealer on the side of BHE as we see Elder Drake.
Rawr XD taking a lot of damage for that Elder Drake, and now look at this, the fight is going to be going out. The 3-man shockwave actually is going to be able to take down Athena very low, and now look at that. BHE may be going down one by one. Rawr XD are looking to turn this one around. This could be just an ace coming out from the rest of Rawr XD, as Zac's still the only one alive. But BHE just get taken down. Looked like a great start for them. Waffle is going to be leaving the game, unfortunately, as the rest of Rawr XD, they have to feel really good about that fight. They get the bait, hook, line, and sinker, and now looking to end this one.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this game is just over at this point. I'm not really sure Zac can defend this one. I don't know. It was just a really good shockwave by the Orianna, able to hit 3 people, dismounting the Kled, and making sure that he wasn't able to do anything. They focused everything onto that cool guy, and he just lived through it all.
Yep,
and that's going to be...
Yeah, that is going to be... Rawr XD going to be moving up to the standings now after that victory there. They have to be really confident right now with the positioning in Auto League 2 after a very successful game. Great on them.
Mm-hmm. They played that game almost immaculately. I think the only thing that could have been done differently is JLC looking out on his ults a little bit more. That he started off the game 4-0, but ended it 6-4. So, you know, that tells you he went in a few too many times in places that he probably shouldn't have gone. So, I mean, other than that, Rawr XD played that game very well. They played to their advantages. They let the Ezreal scale, and they just let him carry the game throughout.
Yeah, definitely. Now, that's going to do it here over in Ascension Esports. We had 2 great games here today. Congratulations to OE Midnight and Rawr XD for picking up the wins. Best of luck to them as we move on to the season. And before we end the broadcast here today, Sordo, what do you want to say?
No, just excellent games. I'm glad to have been able to cast them, and I'm glad to have been able to cast them with you, XT.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you all so much for watching, and we will all see you next time. Have a great night.